Hi, I'm Brad Nelson with X Digital. We actually just did a virtual demo online for a client interested in the Xerox Versant 180. And their main concern was, hey, how long does it take to swap out the regular set of toners with the Vivid Color Kit? So we've spliced up that video so you can see the exact time it takes to swap out the Vivid Color Kit. It's done by a Xerox product specialist on the Xerox Versant 180, and it'll give you a step by step in terms of what to do and what not to do when you want to swap out to the Vivid Color Toner Kit.
Right now, I'm going to go through every step of it. My machine's on, and certainly before you go ahead and opening doors and slinging toner sets around, you want to make sure, no, you're not printing anything, and the machine's in an idle state. And if that's the case, you're going to come over to the controller, and what you're going to do is you're going to power it off. So this machine is actually on right now. It's in sleep saver mode. We'll just wake it up, and so there we are. It is on. I just wakey, and then I'm going to come over to the power switch. I'm going to turn it off mid-flight of it waking up here. Hold it down for 2 seconds, let go, and that will subsequently, that's how you turn off your Versant 180 day to day. But what we want to do is we have to take it to another level of powering off, and that's behind this door here, and that's going to kill all the energy through the machine, if you will. It's kind of like a service switch, and you only do that after your screen goes blank through the common shutdown, which we just did here. So I open up the front door, and down here is another switch, certainly on right now, and we hit that. And now that we've really taken the power out of the machine. The purpose is to drain any NVM or memory that the machine has had of the prior set that's in it. In this case, we have we were running a Vivid set. We were doing applications with a gold and some clear, sorry, a gold and some silver, some postcards, and now we have the opportunity to switch it out and to go to we going from those envelopes, which Versant 180 can run like a champ, wedding invites and then the invitations. I heard that mentioned, and as I tip it, you can see some little shiny bits there, and that's going to be like a clear as well. So we have a three color invite here on black paper. But then you're done with that, and then you want to switch over to something as as uh, as lovely as that. Then that's kind of what we'll do. So no washing up, just doing a few steps, and let's take it away. So we'll switch back to the machine. We have it turned off. And the first step to do is to we're going to take the drums out. When you get the Vivid kit, it gives you this piece of furniture, and this furniture has a couple of drawers. The top drawer has some toner in it and some guards, and then you have the actual fluorescent set. That's what I'm going to install now, and then you have this drum protector. It says right there, drum protection box. So this is designed to keep the drums getting light shock from having removed them from the machine. So these drums that we're going to take out are customer replaceable units, even as a CMYK printer, but we certainly will be tackling them when we do this changeover. So open up the top, and this gives us access to the drums, and they have little hooks on them, and you just pop them out. So each drum, they're interchangeable. So when you go to put them back in, there's no particular order or particular color requirement. These are reusable for the Vivid or the fluorescent, or for then they're the CMYK. So set them there, down nice and easy, and try not to bang them. I think the biggest thing you want to watch out for is making sure that when you set them down, it's nice and easy and they don't clank, because if you do damage that surface, you will have a deletion on your print. So once they're out, this little handy box that they've designed is really just a light protector. Something like that's good. So now we get the drums are out. I'll move this back in just a little bit, and then we'll come in and we're going to remove the inks, which are the toners rather, this case, it's the clear, silver, gold, and white. I'll set them down on the floor. And now we have two components that we're going to actually change out. One is the faceplate, and two is where the drums go or where the toner is dispensed to. So the first one we can do is this faceplate. And I'm just going to, and all it is it's magnetized to the machine. So all you're going to be doing is take your two hands and just wiggle it and give it a slight tug, and out it comes. So this is what dispenses the toner from the jug into the housing. So we'll set that aside. And then the rack. So if I take this rack set out, comes out to about here, and then I can just lift it out. And so that's there, it comes out. So no tools to lift that out. It's heavy, but it's not impossible. Set that down. Now that the two are out, now I go into the drawers and find replacement pieces. And the first thing is going to be the ink set or the dispensers for the racks for the drums. So when I pick it up, is you do want to grab it similar to how I have it, and then set it right in there. So there you go, it's in. And what I was doing, and I'm gonna have Steve come down, there's a pin here, and there's a saddle in this rail, and it just sets right in, something like that on both sides. Nothing in the front, but just on the ends. So that's good. Then I just move it in again to about there, and then I put my face plate in the dispenser. This is for the fluorescence. And before I put it in, I kind of kneel down on these two pins. There's one pin here, one pin here, and these are the alignment pins to make sure it slides in right. And then on the back side, there's a couple of magnets. So the object here is to take it, line it up on the pins, and slide it in. So that just taps in. Ta-da, no problem. Now we're safe to go ahead and put our drums back in. And again, they just come out and they just snap right in, pretty easy. So once this is done and I put my toner set in, we're safe to power the machine back up. Fluorescent magenta, fluorescent cyan, fluorescent yellow, and the two blacks. So now we're getting closer, not quite there yet, but the machine's turned off. We changed all the components. Now when we turn the machine back on, we have to make it understand it's been new toner values are in the machine. So what we'll do is we'll come back in, we'll reverse the steps for powering on, main power, and then operator power switch, and the user face comes on. What we're going to do is we're going to log in, and then we're going to change an NVM value, NVM being a non-volatile memory switch, if you will, and that's just entered by a digit. And then it will understand that it went from vivid colors, in this case now, to fluorescence, and then there to CMYK as needed. Any questions as I take a moment?
No, good so far.
Okay.
Just it looks pretty simple on how to switch in and out. So
Yeah.
nothing difficult, nothing that I have to like unscrew something and then oh shoot, I lost the little bolts, and it's all definitely just easy to put together.
Yeah, it is. And this is going to be something that you'll find value that you don't have to look for the screwdriver more or less, because even on some other or even higher end products, you're always looking for that tool. This is literally toolless as long as your components are nearby. So here we are. The system actually restarts pretty quickly, and we're going to come in and we're going to log in, and it's admin ADMIN. We enter it, and then we're going to go into machine status, and then we go into tools. We're going to go in down the rabbit hole a little bit, and then we're going to go to maintenance, and then NVM read write. And so what we're going to do is we're going to enter a code, and it's good for all machines, because this is the location. And then I'm going to confirm I'm going to change. Right now, the current value for this change is number 1, which is vivid, because that was the color set that was in before. And for fluorescence, it's nothing more than a 2. And say, yep, that's what I want. I say save, cool, and then confirm change, and then give it a minute, and then it's going to say, okay, I got it. And then the system's going to restart. So with just something as simple as that, it's going to come back down, go back up with a new current value, which is that NVM, and now it knows what it has inside it. And that really has to do with the dispensing of the chip that's associated to the toner cartridges, that everything jives, because if it didn't do this change, it might be expecting a different chip, and that's not the case because we've switched to fluorescence. So once that's set, then that'll restart, and then we come down to the fiery. Now for color, we talked a little bit about getting, a big bang and on these fluorescents, or making sure that the gold or silver are very accurate, as accurate as they can be. What can screw that up is color management as it stands traditionally, as the traditional sense of CMYK printer. So when you come straight over to the printer, you're going to come up to the left-hand corner, which is the server. You're going to do the pull down, come to the very end, and that's a new tab for the Versant 180 with adaptive. And you can see I have standard, fluorescent, and vivid. And what's grayed out is vivid because that's where we were. And so I went to, in this case, fluorescent, and I click fluorescent. So now we're very close. Now, technically, at this level, we can start streaming work in, we can start printing, but the result might be a little bit muted. And the reason it might be is because either at the job level, which is this birthday pick, or at the virtual printer, you have to make some adjustments as far as the source space. So the source space color coming in generally for CMYK is Grackle, but what we want to do is set to bypass conversion. So when we want files coming in, we want them to not go through that CMY color space. We want it just to completely go completely around it. And so that's critical. And then also your output profile. So you have input, turn it off, just like everything's clean. And then you have your output, and we have a tagged profile there because we were using a different color set. And if I pull down, Fiery has so fortunately put down 2 on the bottom, 1 fluorescent and then 1 vivid. And then the others, which you might be very much familiar with, are custom ones that you create using the ES2000 or the ones that Fiery provides, or however you create destination profiles. We definitely want to use the fluorescent kit profile. If you didn't select the profile that's prescribed as vivid or fluorescent, that's where the muted look happens to the color. It doesn't retain its pop or its differential that you're expecting. So there you have it. I have that set up. And by the way, this seems like, oh, you don't want to forget it. You can have these set up as virtual printers or presets. So when you do bring work into your workflow or your your print shop. You can have it already predetermined where you're sending it to a fluorescent virtual printer or a Vivid virtual printer, or just the CMYK virtual printer. So these adjustments here wouldn't have to be made at the job level that we did discuss. But you will have to, at a minimum, come up and make sure you toggle between at the servo level between the toner sets that we first mentioned there. That's something that's a fiery server level change that can't be automated. You have to do that each time. But certainly the job level stuff for source and the destination profiles can be like set up through a hot folder or a virtual printer. So I'll let Steve pan over and he can maybe take a last look at it. If anybody has any questions, we can certainly answer them now. I think overall, I think the time it's going to take, once you get, this is me talking my way through it. If everything's close by, you can really do this probably within 7 minutes, but it's toolless and it's one sheet and it's, no cleanup or anything like that. It's pretty handy.
If you're interested in adding a Vivid Color Kit to your existing Versant 180, we have those available for sale at X Digital today. Also, if you're looking to buy any of the metallic colors or the fluorescent inks, X Digital is a good source for all your OEM supply needs. So feel free to reach out to us today at our website, our email address, or our phone number. Hey, thanks a lot for watching our video.